Hello, everybody. In the light of the pandemic, the union government has asked state owned banks to introduce measures to cut their administrative costs by 20%. The reason why the central government advised the banks was perhaps because of the need to cut down on non core business activities, as also to defer any avoidable expenditure, such as the purchase of staff cars or refurbishment of guest houses or interior decoration of administrative offices. The move comes days after Punjab National Bank had bought three Audi cars. The Press Trust of India reported on June 9th that Punjab National Bank took delivery of three Audi cars worth 1.34 crores in the previous month. The cars were to be used for the highest echelons of the bank. A moot point of interest to the stakeholders of the bank, including the depositors, is whether the corporate governance aim of the Reserve Bank of India's paper of June 2020, which seeks to empower the board of directors to set the culture and values of the organization, are met with in this context. Let's look at the financial figures of the Punjab National Bank. It made staggering losses of 9,975 crores in 2018-19. It made only marginal profits of 336 crores in 1920. In 18-19, the net loss figure is estimated to have risen to 11,335.9 crores because there was a difference in the provision, a divergence in the provision from what was estimated by the Reserve Bank of India and what came through in the case of Punjab National Bank's audited figures. Let's look at the current quarter's performance. In the fourth quarter, the bank had incurred, that's a January to March quarter, the bank had incurred a loss of 969 crores pre-tax, and the net loss was 697 crores. In the third quarter, it was a loss of 492 crores. If you look at the non-performing assets portfolio, in 2019-20, 14.21% of its assets were non-performing. That is, either the interest was not being paid or the installments were not being paid. Of course, the bank could claim that it has come down from 78,473 the previous year, but the figures are still staggering. And remember, the central government had to earmark funds towards its capital. The write-off figure of PNB is also naturally a cause for concern. In 2018-19, the bank wrote off 12,253 crores. In 1920, the write-offs had risen to 13,365 crores. So with a double-digit NPA, with write-offs exceeding 13,000 crores at such staggering figures. Do we really need German Audis to move us from point A to point B in a country which is struggling to make both ends meet? In corporate governance and to the board of directors, do we really need the union government's finance ministry to send out a circular again on the basic values that top management must have? Or is it that we have come to accept valueless management? I think there must be a restoration of value based management in banking fraternity. Thank you.